Hello again, and excuse me, thanks for watching. I haven't done a video for a little while of an instructive nature anyway. This one is about how, when I discovered the D-shaped triad, how it took my guitar knowledge and understanding and playing at the time as well to another level, really. So that's what it's going to be about today. So assuming that whatever level we're at, we pretty much well know the D chord in this sort of cowboy shape anyway. There it is. I first came to this when I heard this a long time ago, when Neil Young released the Harvest album and a song called Old Man. And I thought, what is he doing there? And he was doing this. It was this introduction. I thought, what is he doing down here? What can that be? And I realised he was just playing an F, which he plays later, in this position, further up the fretboard. And of course, that got me interested in, well, yeah, I can see D here. If I go up a whole step, what will that be? That's half a step. That doesn't sound too good. Hang on, that's E. Try it again, D, E. And then of course the light bulb comes on and you realise that you can actually play these. You can play all the notes of the major scale in these triads. So we get D, go up a whole step, E, half a step to F, of course, because look, E, F, yeah, E and F, and they just go up, it just goes up half. So you've got the D, E, one step to F, G is the next one, of course, so a whole step to A, whole step to B, half a step to C, whole step to D. We're back to D, just, you know, on the 14th and 15th fret. So what did this do? Well, you know, I learned to play, but it broadened my playing so much. And in some of the tunes I write, little tunes, simple tunes I write myself. You know, I use these triads, especially that. There's what's that song I play? Yeah, there's a song I wrote about Joni Mitchell, and it starts in this, you know, sort of +9 E or some kind of chord, and then goes this, and I wanted to change out of those shapes, and I didn't know where to go. I wanted the F and the G, but they just didn't sound well with those after these chords. So I went. And it came back nicely. So basically it just gives you a much bigger vocabulary if you're making your own tunes or you're just learning somebody else's tunes, to play these D shapes, D, E, F, G, A of course is a big one, B, C, and D to finish. It just gives you that extra bit of sauce to put into your playing. And of course, for me, that developed further when you start thinking about the caged system, which is, there's tons of stuff on the internet. I don't need to go into that. But for me, what happened was, you know, I thought, well, hang on, is that just, you know, is that the C-shaped D of the caged? And of course it was. And then of course, you know, hang on, I can put that on that one there again, and you know, I can play E there. I mean, I started with this obviously because barcodes usually take a long time to learn. So it did take a while to go from there to there to there in terms of training your fingers. Of course, my fingers have had it because they're covered in arthritis now. So I've gone back to finding it very difficult to play bar chords, full cycle. But it worked, obviously. You know, I could play that D, I could play that F there, and I could play then the E there, and then you know, if we were up with the G, could play it that way. So the D shapes that I'm talking about, they're part of the progress then, if you're learning to get into these perhaps sevenths, and then to get the cage shapes. So, you know, the D shape of these triads, the D shape of these triads will get you eventually into the C shape of caged. So G, and of course, what does this do? Well, it just, as I said, adds to your palette, gives you so much more to get around the fretboard. So we're playing G here, you know, we're playing it in a triad, we're playing it with that cage system, and caged again. That's the A shape. You know, 3 fingers, A shaped. G. The A shape. Down here, G. So we got G's there. We got G's there. You know, we got G's. Standard bar chord. We got. It just makes your musical vocabulary go a lot further. And it's just, as I say, for me personally, it just started with, you know, I learnt that D shape. Then I thought, what's going on up here? And found out it was an F. And then of course, the light bulb comes on and you realise that you can actually play all these triads in the major key. Yeah, that way. There's probably another video to talk about caged, and there are people far more capable of doing it than I can. For me, I'm just speaking for myself from my personal experience. It was just a great way to learn, you know. Just run through them again. D, whole step, E, half step to F, because that's the way the guitar is. Whole step to G, whole step to A, sorry, whole step to B, half step to C, because that's the way the guitar is, and then a whole step to D. And of course, having learned that I can use these shapes to good effect all around the fretboard, it also helped enormously then. You know, with any lead player. I think that's down there now. You know, that's the old Allman Brothers tune, isn't it? When they play on the motoring programs in the UK. You know, they've obviously used that D-shaped triad, you know, in A as part of their, you know, I'm sure, you know, yourself from whatever music you're listening to and playing and learning, you can find them everywhere. All these D-shaped triads in the different keys. So have a practice of them. The thing I'm trying to do a little bit of learning of at the moment is bluegrass. It does help with that as well, but I've got a long way to go on the bluegrass. But it'll help with those because you know you've got them in. And on and on. The D-shaped triad on the E, high E, B, and D, sorry, G. E, B, and G strings. Leave that, leave the D one open. So it usually works pretty well everywhere. And it's used a lot in rock as well, rocking. Lots of uses for it, an amazing amount to do. So, and that might be of some use to you if you're learning or if you're at a part of your guitar journey where you think, well, what could I do to just take things on a bit further? And certainly, the D triads. Okay, I hope that has been of some help. There's a lot more I wanted to say, but I've forgotten about it. So good luck with that. And any questions, let me know in the comments below. I usually forget to say this, but I've remembered this time, which is good news. I'm tuned down a whole step, yeah? So I would need the capo here to get into normal tuning. I'm tuned down a whole step. So if you're thinking, where's he getting that sound from? That's not a D. Well, it is a D, but it's a D